our silent fear and dread is gone. It's love, you see, that has our hearts singing so blissfully. Just look around, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Yeah, check it out now. Ooh, look around, look around, look around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody be glad, because the sun is shining just for us. Everybody wake up into the morning, into happiness. Hello world, it's like a different way of living now. And thank you world, we always knew that we'd be free somehow. In harmony, to show the world that we've got liberty. It's such a change for us to live so independently. It's not a city that has our hearts singing so blissfully.
Good morning. Welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. I'm practitioner Shelley Walker, and it's such a joy to be in community this day. Hey, let's sing. If you're at home and you'd like to sing along with us, the lyrics on our website, just click on the button at the top that says Sunday Song Lyrics. And hey, stand if you choose, stand if you're able. I know I'm going to need to dance, so we're going to need some elbow room, right? But let's ground ourselves in the love this day. Brian Harris.
Thank you so much. We would like to welcome all of you watching on YouTube. And if you're anywhere in the world, which you probably are, let us know about it in the comments section. Click like and share and subscribe. We are so blessed this morning to have with us Lauren Steele. Going to be sharing her light with us. So happy to have you with us.
Keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. Your love quenched my desire. Be at your side forevermore. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Now once I was downhearted, disappointment my only friend.
party. I haven't seen that face, haven't seen it again. 'Cause your love
keeps lifting me.
keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Love lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Brian Harris. Thank you so much. Oh, Lauren Steele is here with us. Hello, my darling. We are so blessed to have you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So I want to take a quick moment and acknowledge our teens that are right over here. We love you. Thank you for doing this work. They're going to go off and dive in. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. This is our time in our service where we acknowledge that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people. We affirm Indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. And now I would like to take a moment and welcome any of you who are here for the first time, any of you who are joining us online for the very first time. Know that we are inclusive, progressive, and compassionate. We take a stand in this community for spirit-led social action. It's what we are about, it is who we are, and it is how we express our faith in this world. If you are here for the first time, there's a welcome table right back there. Grab a packet. There's all kinds of info. We would love to hear from you. Or if you're online, check out our website. We have so many things happening, and you are invited to all of it. So with that, I would like to invite Practitioner Shelley for our invocation.
Thank you, Reverend Shannon. Please join me as we anchor our time together in prayer. With this next breath, allowing yourself to find comfort in the place that you are in. To find that place of love and of peace and of joy that resides within. That place that houses infinite power, untold grace, and a love that surpasses all. And in this place of love and of grace and of power, I speak a word of blessing on our time together. How very good it is to pause and remember. To remember that there is a light, there is a truth that is everywhere present, that not only is for love, but it is love. And to know that there is a community that celebrates, that magnifies this love. And so for all of this activity of the divine this day, I am deeply grateful, and we let it be. Blessed, blessed be, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Shelley. Thank you. So, some of you might know this is a very special day in the life of our community. We are welcoming Reverend Masando Hiraoka and his beloved wife, Rebecca Hiraoka. So grateful to have you. And I would like to begin by inviting Rebecca forward. For those of you who do not know, Rebecca is a practitioner, licensed practitioner, and she is going to be joining our practitioner family. I'm going to get a little leaky because I remember you sitting in my class in New Thought of the World's Religions in Colorado years ago when you were just beginning your journey. What a blessing, what a full circle. I'm talking a lot about circles today, so this is deep for me. I also want to let you all know that Rebecca brings with her a vast knowledge of all things communications and social media. She loves the art of marketing, and she has said yes and will be serving as our communications director.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to invite Shelley to bring me her stole. For those of you who don't know, a stole in the life of a practitioner is something that is very sacred. It is an outward expression of the inward sacred yes to serve in our beloved community. And so, my dearest Rebecca, may you always have the courage to allow Spirit to move through you and to speak through you to anyone who stands before you. In truth, in love, appreciation, and gratitude, thank you. Love you too. So now I would like to invite, you stay here, honey pie. Oh yeah, I'm not letting you go anywhere. Reverend Masando, please come forward. So Reverend, let me just get my papers here. Reverend Masando, we've all been waiting for this, have we not? We welcome you to our beloved community with hearts filled with gratitude and openness and open arms filled with joyous anticipation. And with this, I would like to invite everyone to please stand as you are able, and those of you online to join us in this blessing for these two beloveds. Take a deep breath in. I want to read an excerpt from John O'Donohue's prayer for a new beginning. Just take this in. In out-of-the-way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered. Then the delight, when your courage kindled, and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. You can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon, you will home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. Our heartfelt welcome to you, beloved Rebecca and Reverend Masando. I love you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Again, oh, so much love. So much love. Thank you. Oh, let's all take a deep breath. I'm going to invite Lauren up and Elizabeth and Faith as we do our meditation chant. No, what is happening? Claire, got it. Okay. Lauren, we're just going to have to wait for you, honey. That's all. And Elizabeth, Faith, and Claire, a hand for them, please. Thank you very much. I invite you all to take a deep breath as we move into our time of meditation, our sacred time together. So just breathe, allowing the majesty, the love that is expressed, the gratitude that is here, the whisper in the trees that is God itself, meeting our heartbeat. Allow this to be fully felt as you allow this meditation to wash over you.
and so it is. I am excited to welcome up Lauren Steele, our featured artist of this week. She is amazing. Please give her a hand.
Good morning, everyone. Ain't got no trouble in my life, no foolish dreams to make me cry. I'm never frightened or worried. I know I always get by. I heat up, I cool down. When something gets in my way, I go around it. Won't let life let me down. Gonna take it the way that I found it. I got the music in me. 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 Some say that life is a circle, but that ain't the way I found it. Gonna move in a straight line, keeping my feet firm on the ground. I heat up, I cool down. I've got words in my head, so I say, won't let life get me down. Got your hold of my blues and just play it. Yeah, I got the music in me. 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 Feel good, feel good. I feel good, yeah. I heat up, I cool down. I've got words in my head, so I say, won't let life get me down. Catch a hold of my blues and just play them. Yeah, I got the music in me. 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 Oh, I got the music in me. I got the music in me. I got the music. I got the music. I got the music in me.
Lauren Steele.
Messengers, thank you so much. Thank you all. I got the music in me. I could just keep, that's prayer right there. Right? Am I right? That's prayer. Oh, hello. Hello. I got the music in me. Now I'm out of breath. I was dancing. Woo! I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Lauren. What a blessing to have you with us. What a blessing. So, my talk today is called Expanding Our Circle. And so in addition to expanding our circle of ministers here at NTCSL by bringing in Reverend Masando, which of course we just celebrated, I want to take this idea of expansion deeper. So when I speak about expansion, I am speaking directly about evolving consciousness and the expanding beingness of bringing that which is inside, our living experience inside on the outside. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about expanding our circle. And you know, I'm very intrigued with this idea, this concept of living from the inside out. I've discovered in my own path over the years that bringing the interior life of spirit, that place of love that exists within each one of us, you know, by having the courage to express that outwardly, it creates more love. It brings more love to the planet. My sister Kelly is a master at this. She always has been from the time she was very young. She will speak aloud the good and the positive to anyone, anywhere, no matter where we are, in a store, you know, in a library, maybe a little too loud when she was little. That's okay. You know, a gas station, doesn't matter where we are. If she is thinking something internally that is positive about another person, even just someone that she's casually interacting with, she will say it out loud right to them in real time, big or small. And it's not flattery and it's not superficial in any way. She just names the beauty that she feels from others. And as an introvert myself, I have been inspired by this since she was about 8 or 9 years old, you know, because I see it as a small act of courage. So, speaking of courage, the summer going into the 8th grade, aside from my close circle of friends, I was extremely shy. It was an awkward time. Anyone? 7th, 8th grade? Just an awkward time, and the whole junior high school thing really intimidated me. And that particular summer, going into the 8th grade, a bunch of us theater kids, we went to the state fair. We had some theater thing or choir thing, and there was a point at which we had a break between our performances, and they told us, they bunched us up in a group, and they told us to go. We had free time for like 2 hours. It was back then when they would tell a bunch of junior high schoolers that you have free time for 2 hours at a state fair. Go, it was fine. Well, I was grouped into a bunch of kids. I knew a few of them, but most of them I didn't know. And so I was very nervous. And, we were told to just go explore. And so there we were, exploring the fair, which really just meant awkwardly walking around. And there was this one kid in our group who I did know. And for whatever reason, no matter all the things that he actually had, he was always asking for other people's stuff. He was always asking to borrow other people's things. It was like his 14-year-old shtick or something, and it didn't matter what it was. A potato chip, a baseball card, a book you were in the middle of reading. He would ask for a bite of your chocolate chip cookie and then a sip from your milk carton. He was that kid. And looking back, it's obvious to me now that this was a kid who was desperate for attention, who needed deep validation. Clearly, he wasn't getting it at home. But needless to say, it was annoying at the time for all of us. And, as our little junior high school group was clumsily wandering around the fair, there were silly, unspoken crushes and really awkward silences, and some of the kids were posturing, and, some of them there was a lot of goofy behavior. A lot happens in 2 hours when you're, 14. And I remember there was a girl I didn't know very well. Sarah Owens was her name. And she was really popular. She was beautiful. She was tall. She had this very commanding presence. And I was kind of intimidated by her. She was not at all shy like I was back then. And I remember being in awe of how cool she was. She somehow seemed to have the polish and the maturity of, like a 16-year-old back then. I mean... And so I distinctly remember in all of her coolness, she had a new flavor of bubble gum. Now, some of you might remember this. It was all the rage back then. Do you remember that bubble gum that had that truly noxious burst of flavor in the middle? It was like dark goo and Bubblicious. Oh, thank you. I couldn't remember what that's Bubblicious. And it just had this, and it would be like, pineapple zest, and you would take a bite of the bubble gum and it would just be like sugar attack in your mouth. Well, I remember that Sarah had the latest and greatest flavor, something really weird, whatever it was. And there were, at that time, only like 5 pieces of bubble gum in that pack. They were smaller then. And I remember she was chewing it as we were awkwardly all sort of, walking along, and she was talking about how amazing it was when the boy who always asked for stuff, as if almost on cue, said something like, ooh, I want to try, give me some. And, the rest of us kind of rolled our eyes. And without missing a beat, Sarah said with a huge and genuine smile on her face, well, of course, here, take 2. You can save the other one for later. It didn't even faze her. She went right into that coveted pack of bubble gum and gave this annoying kid not 1, but 2 pieces. This only left her with 1 in her pack. That was a big deal in junior high school. None of us drove or had jobs. There was no guarantee that we would have gum in our future. Sacrifice. But Sarah didn't miss a beat. And I remember seeing in that split second, that moment of compassion in her eyes. She saw right past his shtick, and she got in that moment that his need had nothing to do with that piece of gum. And in that teeny tiny instant, I still remember to this day, Sarah, 14-year-old girl, taught me the power of what happens when you choose to come outside of yourself, to wake up and to see the need of someone else, no matter how big or how small. In that one simple, generous act, Sarah expanded the energy of our clumsy, gawky junior high school theater nerds. She transformed the energy. We all felt more comfortable. We all felt seen somehow. We all felt more sort of like we could exhale in that moment. That one simple, generous act, Sarah expanded that energy for all of us. She taught me the healing power of generosity, of expansion, of grace, of saying, of course, here, have 2. How often do we just say no? There are very healthy no's, I want to be clear, but often no is the default. Anyone? No is just kind of the automatic. In doing that, though, we miss the opportunity to expand. And it doesn't matter if the thing, whatever it is that's showing up is the size of a piece of bubble gum. It doesn't matter the size of it. So what happens if we just instead say, of course, yes, here, take 2. You can save 1 for later. What would happen if we decided to do that individually and as a community? This is the energy that we can harness in order to expand our consciousness, our beingness, our circle of abundance and generosity and kindness and compassion. And if you are a person who navigates shyness, please know that I understand that. I get it. And just know that there are multitudes of ways that you can express your particular generosity of spirit. This sacred expansion I'm talking about is directly linked to waking up to the needs of others. The psalmist wrote, "On the day I called, you answered me. You made me bold with strength in my soul." And when we feel the call to come out of our shell, to speak loud, to speak loudly the beauty that we see in others, the opportunity to say yes, Spirit, God, love, source energy will always, always support us. And not only support us, but Spirit will embolden us, will embolden our soul with strength to speak our love out loud. And that is what I am inviting us into in this expansion of consciousness this week. Speak your love out loud, my friends. Another very, very tangible way, in addition to speaking our love out loud, that we can expand our consciousness, our beingness, by living from the inside out, is to find the funny. It works every time. Find the funny, not as a way to distract from pain or deflect from challenge, not at all, but as a way to use the funny, use humor to support our healing, individually and collectively. I am absolutely certain that a big part of what we are here to do is to delight in the joy of this life. We have all been through so much this past year and a half, have we not? You know, if you think about it, we were physically closed off for a very significant amount of time. And this naturally has an energetic impact on us. The great teacher of New Thought, Ernest Holmes, talked a lot about Albert Einstein. They were contemporaries. And as Holmes put it, when Einstein announced that everything bends back upon itself, even time, space, and light, he was scientifically and mathematically approving of what the divine intuition of the ages had always taught, that everything which goes out will come back again. He went on, "This Einstein proved, since what we push out must move in a circle, it must move back to its original position and reunite with itself. The real secret," Holmes said, "is that everything moves in circles. Everything bends back upon itself. What goes out must return." And of course, quantum physics of our day has proven this on the most granular atomic level. So as we create this intention to expand our circle, realizing that all that we bring out into the world returns to us, all the more reason to consider opening our hearts to seeing the experience of the joy that is just waiting to be discovered. There's a gal that I am friends with on social media, and she and her 3 young boys are in the process of moving, and she's got 3-year-old twins. It's a lot. And she recently posted a picture of her car. I think we have that picture. Do you see that picture? And those of you online, it's a picture of her car with mattresses strapped to the top of it. She posted that picture with the following. "True story, Cross Bronx Expressway." That's like the freeway in the Bronx. Bernalee, you're rolling your eyes. You're from there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, very good. She writes, imagine, Bernalee, you'll have a real visual then, because you know that freeway. Okay, she writes, "Cop car comes up from behind me, sirens blaring. I am slightly distracted by my wolf pack," her 3 boys. "Police officer uses his loudspeaker to announce, 'Please move out of the way. Police vehicles with lights flashing behind you.' Totally surprised, I start making my way over to the right, and then over his loudspeaker, I hear this. 'Is that a Sealy or a Serta sleeper? I'm looking for a good mattress.'" good funny. Come on. That's a lot of laugh emojis. That's a lot of laugh emojis. You know, I can't emphasize how important humor is in the grand scheme of things. And I'm certain that that completely shifted her entire experience in that moment, you know, with her 3-year-old twins in the back. When we experience joy and lightness of being, we immediately expand. We felt it right here in the outdoor sanctuary. Did you feel that expansion when we laughed together? Robin Williams said comedy is acting out optimism. Let's decide that we're going to act out optimism. So I invite you to seek out, to find, and to name the funny. Find the humor. You know, whether it's a Sealy or a Serta sleeper, find the joy. And in doing this, it will create expansiveness in your life because, dear God, things are serious enough. Let us create some balance by intentionally choosing to see the humor in this life. That will expand us. You know, us ministers spend an inordinate amount of time contemplating the really big life stuff. It's our job, really, is it not, Reverend Son? It's kind of our job. And as I was being with the expansion of this big life stuff, the concept of space and its vastness came to me. And as I dug into this, I found it interesting that pretty much across the board, when astronauts prepare to go up in space for the very first time, very few of them expect to spend the majority of their time while they're up there looking down at Earth. They anticipate focusing on, you know, the work of what they are literally up there to do, the business of being up there. But as a rule of thumb, across the board, they end up spending an awful lot of time looking down at planet Earth. We have a picture, John, if you could put that up, please, that beautiful image of planet Earth as seen from space. And this experience for them, more often than not, changes them. Many astronauts have reported that when they looked down on the Earth, they experienced radical shifts in consciousness, some of which can be felt, you know, deeply on emotional levels from them and promote a sense of connectedness with Earth and with one another. Emily Estefahani Smith wrote, "Many astronauts who have traveled into space report experiencing transformation. In one study, they report a shift from being self-focused and centered on their own life achievements and self-direction to self-transcendent ones like unity, one with nature, belief in God, and world peace. One astronaut said, "You develop an instant global consciousness, a people orientation, an intense dissatisfaction with the state of the world." Another astronaut said, "and a compulsion to do something about it." From out there on the moon, international politics looks petty. This phenomenon was so prevalent that in 1987, a new term was coined for it. It's called the overview effect. It's literally what it's called, the overview effect. It's caused by a profound reaction to viewing the Earth from outside its atmosphere. This overview effect has been described by many astronauts as one of the most meaningful, if not the most meaningful experience of their lives. After spending some time in space, Ron Garan, for example, went on to establish Mana Energy Limited, which is an environmental organization that brought potable water to villages in Rwanda and Kenya. And if you happen to be a New Thought minister or are a serious student of New Thought, you will be familiar with the Institute of Noetic Sciences, which researches human consciousness, which is our gig. And it was founded by astronaut Edgar Mitchell. The good news is that we don't have to fly into space to experience the power of the overview effect, although I do hope that the recent billionaires who flew into space will have the overview effect. I'm definitely hoping for that. For you and I, though, if you have ever stood in front of an ocean or a massive redwood tree or had a numinous experience in meditation, or fallen in love, or if you have ever witnessed the birth of a baby, or the sacred and holy passing of someone to the other side of life, you have felt the similar feeling of the overview effect. It is in these seminal moments that we gain perspective of what really matters. We catch a glimpse of the majesty and the interconnection with all of life. My friends, expanding our circle means reaching out from our self-centric vantage point to a community and a world-centric vantage point. I've been thinking a lot about this. And as many of you know, my ministry has an unwavering commitment to spirit-led social action. And within this lexicon is the crucially important area of climate justice. Yep. We have all been impacted, all of us, by the weather events, as they call them, directly connected to the global warming and climate change on this planet, the fires, the recent fires here in Oregon, and those that are continuing right now here and in California, the horrific floods that are happening all over the world, the hurricanes, etc. In the most recent record-breaking summer heat wave that we just had, it was so bad some of us even had to cut off all our hair. It was hot. All humor aside, all funny aside, it was very, very serious for a lot of people. And what we know is that disproportionately, it impacts people in underfunded communities, Black and brown communities, those who are experiencing economic injustice are most vulnerable, the elderly and the very young. Reverend Masando and I had a meeting a few days ago, and I let him know how I was feeling, and we're both very much on the same page with this and in deep agreement. I have reached out to Mike Unger. I don't know if you're here, Mike, or if you've seen my email yet, but I've reached out to him, and he helps us lead our climate action team. And Reverend Masando and I are going to be starting a talk series in the next few weeks based on a book that I will announce in the next week or so. I'm reading 3 at once right now, and it's going to be hard to pick one. But we are going to be focused not only on education, but also on solution-based content so that we can, together as a community, expand our circle from the inside out, so that we can walk our love for Mother Earth and all her people. And so, like the astronauts who see Earth with new eyes, we too can expand our lives, and we can participate in seeing this Earth and this experience with new eyes. We can participate in climate justice as a regular spiritual practice. Are you with me? Right on. It's time. We, my friends, and all of you beloveds watching online, we are together in this life. We are here to grow this circle of love, to say, yes, of course, here, take 2, save 1 for later. To actively seek out joy in this life wherever we can find it, even on a freeway. And to share the lightness of being with others as we put feet to our prayers and work for Mother Earth and each other. And so as we travel in these sacred circles, just know you are loved. We are here to love each other. We are here to participate in the revealing and the healing of not only ourselves, but each other and this planet. Thank you. I'm going to invite Reverend Masando. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I thought it would be nice to invite Reverend Masando to anchor all of this in prayer for us. So if you will, just turn within. Thank you.
So let's just take a moment and allow everything that has been experienced during this sacred time together to become more deeply infused on our hearts, in our minds, and upon our souls. As we take a breath, we recognize that this breath is a symbol of the ways in which we are in continual exchange with the world, that we are exchanging breath with these trees, with all of life around us, and this breath seeks to be exchanged. And so we allow ourselves to be a part of this thing called life simply by taking a breath. And as we feel that inner expansion, we come to know that this life, this very life that we are living, is one that has meant to be expanded, that we are continually growing, continually widening our circle. And so we feel into this particular moment in time and recognize that there is a courage that is welling up inside of us to, after this time of isolation, to reconnect, re-emerge, and re-expand so that our circle widens with every breath. And so the givingness that comes from just this recognition of who we are and who we are here with. This blessed planet that we are upon, that we are living from, that this seeking to care for it is simply an expression of who we are, an expression of life itself, that divine impulse that is continually welling up inside us, how good it is to recognize the divinity within and the divinity without, to pay homage to that in any way that we can. And so as we go forth from this time, what I deeply know for each and every one of us is that we are expanding with every breath. And from that expansion, we seek to give, not from a place of needing to, of feeling that it's the right thing to do, but simply because it's who we are. It's who we've meant to be. Continually to give and to receive. This is this thing called life, and how good it is to be alive right here and right now at this particular moment in history where there is so much needing of giving and receiving that is happening on the planet. And so we say yes to that. We say yes to this time. We say yes to this breath. We say yes to this courage that is welling up inside, and we say yes to all of the ways in which our interconnection gets to be experienced right here and right now. So nothing but gratitude can come from the realization of who we are and who we've come here to be. We give thanks for this time together. We give thanks for this continual expansion. We give thanks for this circle of life that we are a part of. We know it is good. We know we are here on purpose and on time. And so we let it be, and we let it be so. And so it is.
Blessed be. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Masondo. Let's all take a nice deep breath. Isn't it good to be in community? Isn't it good to be in community? Yes, it is. Yes. And we feel your love, those of you online. Thank you for being in community with us as well. This is our time for our conscious giving. And as you are taking out your gift, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for all that you do, all that you give, because it makes all of this possible. It makes all of it possible. If you tithe automatically and you have one of these cards, I tithe automatically. If you tithe automatically, you can grab one of these cards and hold it in your hand. If you like to give with your phone, you text to give, like Miss Shelley Walker is doing. She texts to give each week. Shelley, the number is 503-966-3236. You would think I would know that by now. And if you have a gift in your hand, after our blessing, you can pass it over to our buckets that are just affixed so beautifully to the side of your tent. So with this, let us together say our blessing. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you. Once again, Lauren Steele.
about the state of the economy. I don't believe most of what I see. I know what is true to me. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good all the time. I'm walking by faith and not by sight, 'cause what seems wrong today, tomorrow might seem right. All is well and all is good and unfolding as it should. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good, so good all the time.
And that is Lauren Steele. Thank you so much. Lauren, if people want to follow you, where should they look?
You can find me on all the social medias under the name Low Steele. I have a recent single out, so check it out.
And it's phenomenal. And it's phenomenal. So, so good. Y'all have a seat. I have a couple of quick announcements for you. I want to let you know that today, it is the day we finally have our annual business meeting today. Oh, that's fun. You want to take that with you. That'll be good. Today's the day of our annual business meeting. If you're here in person, we'll meet up in the courtyard at 1 o'clock. If you're online, our Zoom info for that information is on the calendar page of our website. So we'll see you at 1. That is for all of our members here of New Thought CSL. And that's 1 o'clock West Coast time. Our Caring Corner Food Pantry is open this week, y'all, Monday and Tuesday from 11 to 3. This is for our locals. Y'all, please spread the word. You never know who might need just that little bit of help this week. So all of the information for that is also on our website. Next Sunday, we have something. Y'all, we have had so many newcomers lately, both online and in person. It's so exciting. So Reverend Shannon would like to just sit down and with anybody, answer questions, talk about who we are, why we do what we do. So that meeting will be hybrid, both in person and online. So look for the information for that on our website. And finally, for our locals, we have a really cool Qigong group starting the Mondays in August at 10 a.m. So it'll be right here under our beautiful tents. What a beautiful, fantastic way. Thank you, Rosewood, you leader extraordinaire. We are so thrilled. So, Reverend Shannon, today we have people watching in Seattle, Colorado, Kansas, hello, California, Florida, New Orleans, all across Oregon. And I just want to thank them for being these anchors of love on our planet. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And just a reminder, you can pick up your kiddos under the pavilion tents there in the back. Also, just want to give a shout out to our teens right here who are here with us. Thank you so much for coming back in. And that's okay. Do we have anything else I need to tell me? Just practitioners to the back? Oh, there we are. If you are a practitioner, could you please stand? Would you? So everyone can see our practitioners. These are beloveds that are dedicated to supporting you on your spiritual path. They will pray with you. They will affirm for you. They will support you as you expand your circle. And I'm going to invite them to please make their way up to the prayer tent in the back. Avail yourself. Allow them to pray with you. It's a beautiful experience, an affirmative, life-giving experience. So with that, let us all together say our closing blessing. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light, until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are loved. Mwah. Love you so much. Have a good week.
I release and I let go.